Hello and welcome back to Local Urgent for Kinston Story. And we have just finished season 12 here of Kinston Story, where we returned back to Premier League. So I'm going to show you our transfers first. We're busy in the summer, so was there any? There was quite a lot actually coming in. Sweet. So our first transfer coming in was done our business early and quick. Kreko Klonnak, centre back, that's centre back. Just know he's right footed, so probably not a left back. Which I've been playing in some points this season. Signing for 16 million, really good signing, and I mean a really good signing. Way bar host of big clubs after the season he's just had. Liam O'Leary on loan. Oh, we signed him, but sorry, I was really quiet. I was like, "Who's that guy?" No, Liam O'Leary we signed. We sent him on loan to Colchester in January because of the we sub a few affiliate clubs. Well, an affiliate club. Lana Felipe Jimenez, left winner, 1.5 million. Okay, might have to flip him on. One player we have flipped on already is our other winner will be brought Victor Lima. It's Real Atalanta United. We got offered a bid for 15.25, basically double our money back for 7.5. I was quite happy to let him go. Our form did dip in March after we let him go in March because of the Major League Soccer transfer window. But he weren't very good. Our form did take a dip last few months of the season. Dominguez, new goalkeeper. What do I want from a goalkeeper? This. I had a few falling outs with this guy already over new contracts. He was £105,000, which is quite frankly ridiculous because I would cripple us. We do have news of the stadium regarding ridiculousness, which I've just remembered, but I will tell you that it's only I just remember because of Domingo's stupid wage demands. He has got a 16 million release fee. I'm happy to keep him. If someone bids for 60 million, he can go. Do you know why? I'm not paying any player £105,000 a week. Player we've been after for a long time. This guy, Yin, uh, got him for his release fee of 30 million. Injuries really hampered him this season. And just as we solve the other guy, Lynn, is that for until next April, February, March time? I think you will not be seeing him ever again in the Kins Lynn shirt. And we'll be trying to flip him off ASAP when we can without him playing medical. For two players who went out really at the end of the season, Eddie Walters, youngster, not good enough, and the goalkeeper last year, who I don't think was good enough. And proved he weren't good enough because he didn't play for Hull. Fulham this season. So, transfers. Some of them you probably notice I got familiar faces, and some aren't. You're correct. Players out. We'll do players out first. On for first. Perdo Maglick, 12 million. Goodbye. Alfie Define. They were never going to be good enough. Was on Leicester last season, so 23, 36, 37 season. Basically, just a application to pay him for 5 million. We made £4.3 million profit. Profit's always good. And yeah, hey ho, there you go. His replacement was Nick O'Neill, who we signed for 4.5 million. Basically the same. So basically, use that profit by Nick O'Neill. Denver Wagyu left £13 million. Ain't got to be £13 million worth. £13 million. £2.7 million we sold him for. do apologise. I got really excited there when I said 30 million. And just don't think he was ever going to be good enough. Ducklow went on loan to Rio Ave, try to sell him 4 million, 3 million. Just want him out. Goodbye. Julian Goodales. Yes. Sad to see him go, but I'm not going to deny him that money, that wages. For someone who's half decent, probably not Premier League quality. We did upgrade on him. Show you in a minute. 14 million. Goodbye. Harry Barker, youngster, who was really good for us back in the early days of the save when we were in League One. When he come through a youth system. Never going to make the upgrade. Saw known at Sutton United. If we sold to Hellas Verona, played 8 games, 6.42. It just wouldn't. It's never going to be good enough. We sold him for 150 grand, and I knew it needed money because his contract was up. And Tom Welsh went. I know other players, we'll come back to them. But then our next signing was Tambiers. As soon as we got the money to sell Gutierrez, or knew if the offer was gone in from the Saudi club, I made a move. Everton went down last season. And 28 million, I thought, was the steal. We had to do it on installments, but 28 million, really good season. Not my typical win back, right back player. Got to play, and it was like, yeah, all season with him. Him and Mario Gomez, very similar players. I think he's just a bit better of quality, that's all. Taylor Combear from Wolves, okay season. 15 million. It was between him and a Norwich midfielder who if I can remember his name very quickly. Very similar players. Taylor was just cheaper at the end of the day. That's why Taylor compares here. This is the one. D'Angelo Pulse. We had a deal accepted. We just didn't have the money ready to go on this one. And so we just went for Tyler because Tyler was little bit cheaper and sort of more natural in the playmaker role as a replacement for Chris Rigg. Rick stayed, and Chris Rigg's amazing. I love Chris Rigg. But that's it. Then our next signing, our last signing, I thought, another centre back. Really, we're really short. I tried to get Barry Kelly back on loan. Tried a few others. Just couldn't. And this guy was 7.25, and I was like, go on then. I'm not even going to try and pronounce his name. He went. The Icelandic Highland Carson went for £2.4 million. A lot of youngsters then went on loan. A lot of youngsters went on loan. Then transfer day. We were in money. I was like, bored. Can I have some more transfer budget? They were like, no, you can't, Gary. Can I have? And then they were like, I went, can I have more wage money? It's like, go on then. And then we sold this goalkeeper. I think he's going to be good. Just can't keep in my developing him. And him going to Wrexham for £140,000 and performed at 6.31 proves I was right to sell. So the money we had in, I was looking forward to some loanies. We needed some loanies. I was like, okay, loan signers. Mwah, that would do me. Lassell Duda, Japanese striker, did playing forward. Scored 3 goals, didn't really play him. He was in and out of teams. He's a different kind of striker to John Fairs, who had a really good season again. I've got a story to tell you about Simon Dyer. Simon Dyer turned into a new favourite, unfortunately, to Johnny Fairs, but Russell Duda was okay as a loan signing. You'll do it. Really good signing. On loan. We can make him an offer for 9.5 million, and we won't. Because I've made plans for next summer. Never bored. I'm going back to transfer deadline day. We're like 2 days after. We're like, You want £350,000 as your new wage extra for wages? Yes, please. So I had about 20 million. And I spend most of the 20 million on the 2nd of September for January, and we get back onto January in a minute. Start of the season. Same as always. Rocky August. Scrambled in the early rounds of the Carabao Cup against Simon Archer's Wolves. Yeah, Simon Archer, our former goalkeeper, is back in England after that 1 year away at Las Palmas. Ended up in Wolves, had a really good game. And we beat them on penalties in the Carabao Cup. They did get a revenge in the FA Cup in the quarterfinals. So, yeah. And then obviously we lost to Man City here. 3-2. I was really happy with. And then we lost to Newcastle. Honestly, points per game matter in this. We know we've got a month, 3 weeks away with no football, organised and friendly, trying to keep the match fitness away going. And that sort of helped us through October. November and start of December, really rocky. Carabao Cup quarterfinals. This was in the same penalty shootout. It went to penalty 26, so it was like 14-0 or something. 14-0. We missed, they scored. Yuri Dewin missed, and it was one of those games where we were 2 down. We went to 4-2-4. Before we won, switched off. They won it on penalties, and the most ridiculous penalty shootout of all time. There you go. Going into January, we were okay, stable mid-table, can't really moan. And I got some signings done really early on because I knew I wanted to buy. And what was first was this guy, Philip Ronstad, an Austrian defender. I really wanted the summer, 3.9 million. And they were like, no, okay, squad player, keep him for next year. I'm not going to sell him now because I feel there's more to come from him. But it's a bit injury prone. But when you come in January, it's a bit hard to adapt. You've got to give him like a whole year. Ellis Murphy, then we sold for 8 million because we signed a new left back in Wardy Harness, more of a left back than a left wing back. But he's just going to be class. We signed him for quite a lot of money, a transfer record of 34 million. But we've got a massive release cost of 70 million. And so, and even if we do go down, we make £2 million profit. Who doesn't like profit nowadays? Other person, this is the guy we looked at last season, Nata Yasumoto, centre midfielder, training to be a defensive midfielder. Toured with him at some points as an advanced centre back. So like a bearer role, signed him for 5 million from Lille. It's worth every bit of money. He's not the best, he's not the greatest. Comes in, does a job. Happy days. And other players who went in January, we, like I said, just loads went on loan. We signed some more players. So Derek Blake from Norwich has gone on loan to Carlisle, one for a future. Mansour Ocon, another youngster, went on loan to West Ham for second half. We bought him from West Ham also. So it's like one of those things. He's back next year. We'll probably look at him in for summer and decide. And yo, you can see his last name. I'm not going to pronounce it because I don't want to be demonetised. Going from Augsburg, 2.5 million, scored 3 goals since he's been back there. Looks like a handy person for a future. So as I was saying, fixtures for the second half. Just went on a run from end of December through January. We were up at one point, 4 points of Champions League football, and in 9th. And I got giddy. And I got even more giddy when we got Crystal Palace in the FA Cup. And we're like, we've been battered by them all season. I was like, quarterfinals, here we go. And then our form went off an absolute cliff. No wins since the middle of March. And a team full of unhappy players because of the sale of the Mexican winner who was doing naff, basically. So that means our signings and our last season at the Doggety Walk Stadium which ain't going to be our last season here because the stadium's been delayed by 3 months. So we're looking at an October move to the new stadium. 13, 47 points. We lost to Bournemouth on the last game, 6-1. So they finished above us. Couldn't be bothered. Well, I mean, I couldn't be bothered. We just played for reserves. Just had a look at them. Hull went down. The Hull were rubbish. Simon Dyer. Now, you look at him, look at his scout report, and you go coach report, and you go, he's not good. He's been excellent. 3 assists. Doesn't score goals in Premier League, but when he plays beyond his stations. He's got Welsh Cups now. He's a full Welsh international at the age of 27. He's got a new contract until 2042. Well, then we say goodbye to him and John Fairs, because both of them will be leaving in 2042, because they'd be 32. If he, John Fairs and John Fairs, Simon Dyer will be both club legends. Make trans bids for next season. I'm looking forward to a new signings. We've just been given our transfer budget, which I've not seen yet. Colorado went down apparently. Not going to say we lost 6-1. I'm just going to kick away from board budgets. So that's a little surprise for you at the end of this video. Yeah, I'm not going to look at them until you had a good look at them. And you're going to ask me, what do I want as a board budget? I know what we've got coming in, transfer-wise already, which is a surprise for you guys for next episode. I know who I want to sell already, got a list in my head, but that'll be added on. I'm hoping for about 50 million to spend in transfers and another £135 on wages because I want to buy a really good false 9 so John Fairs can play out wide more or as a secondary striker. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm going to have a look now in 3 to, well, I'm saying 50 million and 150k on wages. In 3, 2, 1. 25 million. 104. I can work with that. I could work with 25 million and 140,000. Because I think, looking at the team we got, players I want to, like Fleck or like if Saudi come in and Marseille come in for this guy, it's got a release cost, I know, of 39 million. If they get close to that, I don't mind. Then we can rebuild. Bailey Cooler, Bailey. It's one of them where he's good enough, but is he good enough for Premier League? I don't know. I'm going to just probably keep him or try to keep him, but if stupid offer comes off 20 mil, rough of almost 20 mil, go. Miguel Gomez can just go if we get a good offer. I want to recoup my money. If we make double the money of 40, I think we sold only 7 million if I remember correctly. If we get 14 mil, stop your money. You can't fold at that. Anyone else? Andrew Little? Nope. If China want to pay stupid money, like 18 to 20 million, if we can upgrade, I want to keep him. But if someone offers me 20 mil, I will have a really good thing about it. Chris Rick might go, or Nicky O'Neill. One of them two will go because I want to strengthen more of the right hand side of the defensive midfielder option. And Tyler Comball, I want to keep, but I do not know. Speaking about John Fairs, we turned down 30 million from Lazio in January. It was 20. It was 20, and then a few add-ons. Arsenal won this guy. Charlton. Oh, I didn't know he was wanted by Arsenal. It's worth value at 36 million. If we get off of 40, 45 million, if it's got to be more 45 million, then yes, probably. This guy ain't going, but it's going to be hard to. There's a lot of Saudi influence apparently coming in, looking at him in January. No one being a bid, but I'd like to try and keep him. Ibrahim Tahara is wanted by Bochum. He's just signed a new deal. If you want to offer me 25 million, it's a 20 million pound profit, mate. He's just so finishing 17. He got everything to be good, but inconsistent. And that's the bit what it's costing him because when John Vest ain't on it, and I need to play Diarra for a few games, I can't rely on this guy. But that's the annoying bit about John Vest. Like John Vest is consistent, 21 goals. We need more goals from more people. You're going to ask me about Seema, so I'm going to show you now. Play him in the league. When we knew it was safe, otherwise I'm just going to play you for the rest of the season. Because Domingos was just. He's really annoying me. I'm just going to see if he wants a new contract. Now, I don't know how much. Doesn't want a new contract. If someone comes in for 16 mil, we know who our goalkeeper is for next year. It's sort of now or never at the age 21 for him to be a long term goalkeeper. He's got a few areas, but I think he's going to be okay as a first choice goalkeeper, especially with Vickery behind him. If we can get like a really established third player, um, third choice goalkeeper, we would. We've got some good youngsters in for youth set up. I really want to keep Roger Wood. I think he's the next one. I think Kingston production line of goalkeepers to come through. We're turning down bids for 2 million. He's another one where I want to throw him in for Cub, but I'm not scared to. It's just because Seaman needs for minutes in the Cup if he ain't going to play in the league. Because of Domingo's penalty saving record is just fantastic. I like him, but I just don't know about this guy. But no, that's it for this episode of the Kingston Town story, local to legend. Bit more in depth on transfers, what I want to do. And see. Like and subscribe if you like the video, and see you next season where we play half the season at a new stadium. Thank you for watching.